Hello, I'm Chanel. Welcome to Spirited Stardust. Today I'm doing the sort of daily tarot practice, the Draw Me Like One of Your French Decks hashtag. It was via to actual tarot podcast. So this is about how I do my tarot on the daily. So I normally split it into two sessions. In the mornings I will do my desk tarot while I'm sitting at my desk and trading and all that sort of thing, and I have certain decks that I use, and I'll start with that first. And then in the afternoon I'll move to my bed and I'll do my big tarot spreads and light some candles and all that jazz. But we'll start with my desk pulls. So first up I use my little a Lenormand or Lenormand. I'm just going to say Lenormand because I feel so like such a dick when I try to pronounce French. This is the Sparkly Lenormand deck by Kimberly San, I think. So what I'll do with this one is I'll just do the typical 3 cards. So I'll have the middle one being like the main significator for the day. So tree is the one I'll be looking at. And then I'll pull 2 more. So it's sort of just like, tell me about my day today. It's not the one you want to see, is it? But I'm going to have a day today. Am I going to have a day today? So I'm still learning this. But what I'll do is I'll start with the meaning for tree. And I'll work my way down. So the tree for me, it could be literally as it is, like get out in nature, get outside. It could be something like get grounded. It could mean like sort of growth, health. I think these are a lot of like the key words, and what I'll like, which keyword I'll gravitate to depends on the cards that are accompanying it. So it really is more of an intuitive thing. I find I've got to figure out like which one is like the yes, that's what it means. So with the tree, I'll then look at its association. Excuse me, I've just eaten and I am burping it up. With like say mice. And that's probably not the best card to get. You know, for such a cutie, it's like, yeah, I don't really want to see. Okay, so mice is normally involved with things like health, like negative health, stress, immune system. And as someone who does have chronic health issues and autoimmune issues, I'm just like, oh, this could be something I might be, you know, I call it having like a relapse or a flare-up. Sorry, I might be having a flare-up today. To be honest, I feel like that's legit. I literally woke up this morning and thought, oh, I feel a bit off, I feel a bit run down. I think, you know, it's probably, that's what I feel like it's saying to me with the mice and the tree. And I'm looking at the tree, it's like my personal like sort of health, and with scythe, it's like, okay, maybe I might need to go to the doctor. Maybe but no, it means I feel like that like I'm in need of some self-care and rest and recovery and healing today. So for me, this is telling me, Chanel, you woke up not feeling like the best. Maybe today is not the day to push yourself to get things done, or you know, you might end up benched for a very long time. So I think I'm just going to use this as an indicator that I need to focus on my body today, my health and my wellness, and make sure I nourish and rest and do what I need to avoid, you know, a full-on relapse. Flare up, okay, you know, sort of relapse, not okay. That's going to take me ages to heal from. So that's, I'll start off with the Lenormand. I find, like I said too, with that one, like with this sort of style, it tells it like it is. You know what I mean? What kind of day am I going to have? You know, I know you always want to hear like, oh, abundance and prosperity and love and happiness and tra-la-la, but sometimes it's like, hey, you're on the precipice of going down, lady. So fortify yourself. So that's what I will be doing today. So thanks deck for. So do you find that too sometimes? Like I could tell I wasn't feeling my best today, but I sort of was just going to ignore that and just soldier on. Okay, gut instinct and feeling, I don't have time to, that's not what I want to like hear today, so I'm just going to ignore you and do my own thing. And then the deck cards are like, no, listen to what your body is telling you. So I appreciate that. The next thing I do is the Sacred Cycles Oracle. I don't just, so these are the cards, I don't just do this during my menstrual cycle. I have a specific spread though that I use for my menstrual cycle, which I love, and I'll put a picture of it up. But for this one, I'll just say, you know, like, what advice do you have for me today? Oh, okay. Okay. I see you. What advice do you have for me today? And treat it still as just a one card pull. So this one, this card is all about pleasure being my birthright. I need to claim pleasure. I need to look for simple ways to cultivate joy each day. Sort of have like a hedonistic view on the day. And I love these ones too because they have journal prompts, which are fantastic. I do I journal with my tarot. That's my tarot journal. So I like to do that because it's more of a reflective meditative practice. Like I delve a bit deeper with it. So this journal prompt is there something inhibiting me from experiencing deeper pleasure? So they go pretty deep. They go pretty deep. I'm not gonna like tell you what I like, you know, how it pertains to me. I feel like this I can get real personal real quick with this sort of thing. You know, it's all based on your own life experiences and that sort of thing, but I know what that's trying to tell me, so I will keep that in mind today also. Next up, what I like to do is pull a one card also from this deck. So like I said, I normally have issue with taking care of myself. Like in the past, I haven't filled my own cup, so I need a reminder, like you need to do something just for you. You need to fill your own cup, and I just pulled this one. I love this. I love getting this one. It's my favorite thing to do anyway. But I'll be honest, sometimes I don't feel like doing it. But today, since I've gotten the, you know, hey, take it easy, you know, advice from the Lenormand, that is a good one for me. I will make sure that I sit down, curl up in my corner, make a nice, you know, cup of hot cocoa and read a book. And the journal prompt for this one is, what was your favorite book to read as a kid and how does it make you feel to think about reading it now? So my favorite book to read as a kid, the one I read the most and really resonated with was Matilda by Roald Dahl. It's a book, I still have the same copy that I had back then. I have still read it today. I still love it every bit as much. I find it's funny, I remember reading it as a kid, I wanted to be Matilda, and then when I was an adult I was like, I'd like to be Miss Honey to my children, to my little Matildas. So you know, she was just, I remember as a child seeing her and thinking, what would it be like to have had a mother who was so sweet and gentle and loving and nurturing, like a Miss Honey. So I do try to remind myself, you know, on those less than ideal days where I'm losing my patience, like, you know, what it felt like being a Matilda when I was a child, and to make sure I don't ever make my children feel that way, to be a Miss Honey to them, rather than, oh, you know, what were her parents called? I don't even remember. I feel like it starts with D. But yeah, Danny DeVito and I think his wife, former wife, Rhea Perlman, were excellent in that role. But the mantra for this too, because these come with mantras, is I enjoy expanding my mind, which I absolutely do. I think books are excellent for shifting your perspective, thinking of things in a new way. I will forever be a bookworm. And I'm looking forward to making a little ritual today, setting myself up in a little cozy corner. All right, so the next desk deck that I use is this one, Nest of Light Oracle. So this is all about like energy. So I do a one card pull with this. This is, I am an empath. I'm really sensitive, also just like in terms of sensory stuff. So it's sort of like, you know, how should I take care of myself today? What should I be, you know, how can I shield my energy or protect my energy today? Depends, you know, if I'm going out, then I'll be like, yeah, how do I how do I shield myself? How do I protect my energy field? If I'm staying home, it's like, you know, how can I nurture myself? How can I give myself some comfort and nurturing? So the indigo flame says it is a ray of etheric transformation, the closest on earth and the most accessible, particularly at sunset. This ray helps to connect to its multi-dimensional origins to bring the feeling of security, the force necessary for earthly life, values and knowledge to the planet, forgotten powers and that are essential for the ascension process. It's useful for material protection to seal your space and put limits and barriers to other energy. Call this ray to you, soak it into your body and breathe it, bathe in it, and the feeling of security that fills you. On the card, we've placed a house and car keys because these are our physical temples on this planet, and keeping them protected allows us to find the feeling of security and to focus on our creation and our mandates. So I do get this one a lot. So my home is my safe place. It's like I said today with the health card and seeing all this, it's like today is not the day to go out and force myself to do errands. I really hate leaving my house. I don't have anxiety about it like I used to, thanks to mushrooms. I used to, every time I left the house, I used to be like full anxiety mode. Now I just don't like going out. But if I do have to like go out and I have to go to the bank or I have to go somewhere, I'm not filled with anxiety. It's just more of an annoyance, like, oh, I really don't want to leave my little cave. But getting this card is like, yeah, I'm going to stay where I feel safe and secure, where I'm in my nest. I'm going to stay in my nest today. I'm going to, you know, try and not be around other people's energies today. So that is that one. So use that as well. And then I get my home deck out. So let's get my home deck. For me, my home deck is the Lucid Dreams Beginner's Tarot by Saint Soleil. So with this one, I tend to do a 3-card spread. So the first card I might pull is card to describe my day as a whole. So a card to describe my day as a whole. And I got 2 of Pentacles. What to embrace to have the best day possible? What should I embrace to have the best day possible? 10 of Wands. And any advice that you want to share with me today. Which is Page of Cups. I used to do card to describe my day as a whole. What should I be mindful of? And then what to embrace, but I got rid of the what to be mindful of because I don't want to put myself in a negative headspace already of like, I don't know, it just felt a bit negative to me. And I'm like, I'm fine. If I focus on like what the energy is and what to embrace and any messages, I feel like that's enough to prepare me to go out into the world to live my day. So I got, you know, day as a whole. 2 of Pentacles, multitasking, weighing up options, multiple priorities, choices. So this for me, obviously, like I said, I had different plans of how I was going to spend my day today. But after seeing the Lenormand, I'm like, okay, what am I going to prioritize? My health and well-being and my rest. That's what I'm prioritizing today. And when I got what to embrace to have the best day possible. So with the 10 of Wands and it says too many burdens and effort and stress, for me, that is embracing rest. If I choose the other thing of going and getting my shit done, I'm going to end up burned out. So for me, that's just another clarification, like, hey, embrace putting down the burdens. I don't do reversals, but like I know in this case, this is a reversal for me. Like I'm embracing, saying no, lightening my load, taking a break. So that is what I am embracing today. And then the general advice, it depends, like I just have to go intuitively with this, like what do they want to tell me? And with the Page of Cups, I know for me, like I was thinking about actually sitting down with my children today and actively engaging and playing. Like I obviously, spend time with my kids every day and we have chats and we watch a show together and we read together and we do those things. But I do find that I don't as much get down on my knees and play Barbies anymore. So I have to remind myself, hey, let's actually actively play, or let's get out a board game. For me, that's just sort of tapping into my childlike energy. And yeah, I'm gonna play with my kids, do something, I'll probably do a puzzle with them or something like that today, something chill, nothing that's too strenuous today, because I've got to remember, I've got to rest. So those are the ones on my desk. That's how I use those ones. I'm just going to put them away. I can't like not pack up as I go. I did not do that for the Good Mood decks. I was like, I just got to get this done, it'll take way too long. And then afterwards I was just overwhelmed by the amount I had to pack up. I am a clean as you go sort of kid, always was, and it's better for me. So those are my daily decks. I just realized I've got one of my hairs. Anyone else just leave hairs all over the place? I could never be a murderer. It'd be too much DNA and the crime scene. And then so what I'll do then is later in the day I will set myself up on my bed, and I will light a candle, do a little crystal grid, do a little meditation, and then I choose a spread, and I'm just going to bring one up. So for me, oh, sorry. For me, I like to go on Pinterest, unless there's something that I actually like have in mind already. But if I don't have anything in mind, I like to go on Pinterest and see what sort of like spread resonates. Like, what do I want to do a spread about today? And then I'll pick some decks. So normally I have my decks actually set up in a sort of daily thing where I like I'll have Monday's deck. So Monday for me is it's like correlated with the moon and feminine energy, and it's real dreamlike to me. So I have my like ethereal dreamy decks. And then Tuesday is my Aries day. It's like my take charge, get stuff done, like look at the nitty gritty deck. So I've got decks for different days of the week. I'm pulling out my Saturday decks, which is a Saturn day, and my Saturn's in Scorpio. So these are decks, my dark decks, they were all my black decks. So I thought I'd use them today because in that set of decks is one that I just got, which is the Dreamy Moonstarot. I haven't had a chance to play with it too much. I thought I'll have a play today. So I just pick whichever decks. I normally combine tarot and oracle together. And I'll start like with the tarot, and I'll like clarify with oracle. So I'm just going to move all this stuff out the way because I have a feeling I need the space. Mr. Sun, you can go, and you can go, and you can go up here. And then you can go. So I'm still in the corner. So I'll do like, I've just pulled these already so I don't waste time shuffling. So I'm going to do like a Maiden Mother Crone spread today. So I'm going to pull the cards for Maiden. So I'll start with, what do you call it? The tarot. So I'll say, okay, Maiden, which is what you need to grow. And then I'll pull two clarifying cards, and then I'll do the Mother, and that'll be what has come to fruition, and then I'll do Crone, what you need to release. So I'm just going to put them all in view for now, and I got two for that one. Sometimes if I get two, I take them. So I'm going to pull these aside for now. I'll do you guys later. So we'll start with Maiden, what needs to grow. So stars in this deck is Pentacles. So this is Ace of Pentacles, clarified by element of fire, and this card, which I believe was Boundless. So I already sort of know like what the message is for me. I'll just read from the guidebook, so because I think it's just like it's cool to see how different decks describe different things, which words that keywords they use and all that sort of jazz. Everything's different. So I'll do my own like sort of intuition, and then I'll actually read the guidebooks to see if there's something else that really like jumps out to me. So with Ace of Stars, obviously it's prosperity, manifestation, gifts. I deserve all the blessings that come my way. This is your green light, marking new beginnings, initial stages of manifestation. It's associated with the element of earth, symbolizing material abundance. It may announce a new job opportunity, an unexpected gift, or an idea that will lead to financial gains. This is not the time to doubt your inner power and ability to succeed. You're open to all kinds of wealth, not just financial. Happiness, health, and love are coming your way. Remember, you deserve it all. So that's like the anchor card for me, like what you need to grow. And I thought that's quite fitting for what do I need to grow. A card all about like pretty much like new growth. And then it's got the element of fire. So there's this one right here. This is from Oracle of the Long Now. The card of the element of fire symbolizes spiritual fire that will guide and support us when all else is taken away. Fire is formless except for the essence of fuel that keeps burning. Fire needs three things: oxygen, fuel, and heat. Fire relates to the plasma state. Plasmas are able to carry an electrical current and generate magnetic fields. This card holds Kundalini energy, the holy fire that consumes everything that stands between us and the divine. It shows us inner light that is always burning in the darkness. We need passion and inspiration to keep that fire burning. Drawing the element of fire suggests events are unfolding that will inspire you to reignite your passion for life. Be open to creativity and a new outlook and new skills in your trade. This is a time for self-expression, artistic exploration, or building your own business. It's an auspicious time for a new undertaking that will harness your passion and unique skills. Something may come suddenly to you in a flash of inspiration. What you do to sustain this brilliant fire is up to you. So already you can see like the correlation between the cards. So for me, that's just like, okay, yes, it's time to build new. How do I do that? It's like with my own passion and creativity and fire. It's up to me to keep that ignited, to, you know, manifest and create. And then 5, I'll read the guidebook for that one. I'm pretty sure like that means like limitless, boundless. This is a card without limits. It's eternal and infinite. Either you are just beginning to experience your own unlimited nature or you're holding yourself back from it. This card asks you to remove any doubts and fears you have. Move forward in faith, knowing the only limits you will ever experience are ones you've created for yourself based on your own beliefs. A world without boundaries or limits is opening. Anything and everything is possible. So yeah, for me, this signifies what I need to grow, besides just, like I said, growth in general, and build, is removing self-limitations and limiting beliefs. I am my only limit to what I can achieve. And what I can achieve is based on like my passion and the fire and the creativity I put behind it. So I need to continue to grow what it is that I wish to experience in this life or have. So that's that one for me. Next up, we had the Mother. What has already come to fruition? And for this, we have Temperance and number 36 and 8th Sphere. So with Temperance, obviously you've got I've got my own, what do you call it? Things on that, like what I balance. For me, it means like balance and moderation, harmony and that sort of thing. But I liked, like I said, to read. I know that's what has come to fruition. I have found temperance in my life. In the book, they've used perfect harmony, purpose, spirituality. I welcome divine balance into my life. This is the most Zen card in the tarot deck and is an invitation to bring balance and patience into your life. We see an angel dressed in a robe adorned with irises, symbolizing divinity, while the upright triangle represents fire. The angel is pouring water from one cup to another, magically defying gravity. This is to signify that when you're in a state of perfect harmony, the impossible becomes possible. Stabilize your energy and allow life to flow through and freely and effortlessly through you. Take this card as a sign that you are in divine communication with your angels. You're being supported and guided. So, okay, that has an extra message for me that I'm being guided and supported in what I'm doing. So I have that safety net, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? Like, I cannot fail. I can do what I wish. So what's come to fruition is everything's going to be all right. That's a vibe I've got. Like, you're in balance, you're doing good, you're where you need to be. The 8th sphere is just as physical air is all around us, so the spiritual is all around us. The 8th sphere is said to surround us as the spiritual one does. Unconsciously, we are always within it, just as we are always within the air. This sphere is a programming environment, but it will not force creating a world that will guide. But it is not a force creating a world that will guide and care for us as individuals, but a homogenizing influence that consistently impacts the way in which we operate. It's not interested in us as humans. It is out of circuit, a blind alley, which halts the natural process of organic evolution. The concept of this sphere is crept into popular culture under the name The Matrix. The warning of this card is that humanity is approaching a time where many people are becoming disconnected from nature and are lost in this false reality. Drawing this card issues a reality check to avoid participating in this dystopian future. The card urges us to look at the bigger picture beyond mundane existence, to adopt sound principles of sustainable farming, renewable energy, ethical financial practices, and spiritual balance. I'll read the next one just before I say what my opinion of this is. We've got that also with 36, which is revealed. Do you know how beautiful you truly are? It's time to stop hiding from the world. The universe is calling you. You have so much to offer, so much to give. This is a reminder to see who and what you are. You're part of the one. You're beautiful and perfect in every way. When you hide yourself, you're withholding not only your energy, but your love for yourself, love for others. Embrace yourself and all your quirks. We all have them. Let yourself be free. Let yourself shine. All right, so this card here, I forgot to say, is the path of the soul, destiny. Oh my God, someone knocked at the door and I shit myself. There's nothing like an unexpected knock at the door to just bring you right down. Woo! my heart is racing. Anyway, package, lovely. Yeah, so this deck was the Path of the Soul Destiny cards, and this deck is the Oracle of the Long Now, and this deck is the Dreamy Moons Tarot. So for me, at first I thought this was like, okay, what has come to fruition? I have balance and temperance in my life. I do, but this is based more on the spiritual aspect of the temperance card. So with the 8th sphere and the, you know, be yourself and don't hide yourself away, and what else did it say now? I feel like there was another little nugget in there that really grabbed me. Oh, you're part of the one. Yep. So for me, what came to fruition this year, like I said, I did some mushrooms and I became part of one that everything is, was, and will ever be. I lost all of my connections and ties to past traumas, current anxieties, all that sort of thing. I opted out of the matrix, I guess you would say, in terms of I saw the universal truth rather than the false truth of like the human world and limitations and restrictions that have been placed upon us. So for me, this is just a reminder of that experience, how it shifted my entire perspective. It changed who I was, or the character that I've been on this earth. And it was a life-changing experience. Connected me like infinitely to the divine, to source, to our truest nature. And like I said, it changed the way I view my experience in a human body, in this human realm, infinitely. That is what came to fruition, and it's changed all my choices from there out. What I decide to do, who I decide to be, what experiences I choose to have, all that jazz. That's without getting a little deep into it, that has been what has come to fruition. The last one was the Crone, which is what do I need to release? So here we go with 5 of Cups. How fitting. And I got 2. So I love jumpers. If jumpers come out, I take them. I got Transformation and Chaos, and then this card here. So I'll read the guidebook for the 5 of Cups. I think we're all pretty familiar though with the 5 of Cups, isn't it? There's some minors that I'm just very familiar with. 5 of Cups. So for this one, she has written regret, pessimism, disappointment. I let go of all that I cannot change. I accept my past and move on. Perhaps the situation in your life hasn't gone the way you expected, and now your heart is full of disappointment. This card shows a woman literally and metaphorically crying over spilt milk. She mourns the 3 cups in front of her as her back is turned on the 2 still standing tall. Are you dwelling on something you can't change? It is time to accept your past, as you are wiser and have the inner strength to move on. If you remain fixed on your losses, you will miss the opportunities available to you. Practice forgiveness. And that is clarified. We've got Transformation and Chaos next to it. All right, so we'll start with whichever one comes up first, Chaos. So Chaos holds the energy of the trickster, a complex archetype whose behavior is so unpredictable as to appear random. The trickster delights in causing states of extreme confusion and order. His vocabulary is disarray, pandemonium, upheaval, dislocation, disruption, mayhem, instability, commotion, turmoil, and destabilization. The universe creates itself out of primary chaos and material energy, organized into the cycles of yin and yang, forming into objects and lives. Order, chaos, and order again, tangling and untangling. In nature, everything is in a state of renewal. Anything that reaches a climax will begin to move in the opposite direction. There is an element of confusion contained in the Chaos card, where cause and effect are not proportional and events seem non-linear. This card may appear when we feel we're experiencing a period of undeserved bad luck. Mythological narratives portray the trickster as a figure that frequently challenges the civilizing forces of society, a challenge that can lead to either destruction or renewal. This card reminds us that no condition is permanent and that chaos often breeds life when order breeds habit. Chaos can be a metaphor for change, embodying the dynamics between the personal and the systemic. I love the explanations in this deck. I think they're amazing. And Transformation. The card does not symbolize literal death. It's more of a process of transmutation. The final turn in the wheel of life is that of mutation. In the dark half of the year, we see nature in decaying form, but we know that it will blossom again come spring. We are able to comprehend this process in nature. There's a time when the natural world dies away and a time when its rebirth comes. If we can apply this understanding to our own existence, we begin to understand more fully that endings bear the seeds of new beginnings. This card illustrates a metamorphosis which destroys something old to build something new. It holds the principle of letting go and moving on. The card of perspective dealt with changing our thoughts. This card speaks of changing our behaviors. Our life power can be released from past confines and revitalized by change if we can break with old patterns. Anxiety and negativity are types of energy that can be transformed. This card is about bringing in the light, not trying to conquer the darkness. Something needs to be transformed. An end may need to occur to facilitate a new beginning. And then the card that we've got with that is called Path of the Soul. This is a complete opening of the heart center, your will and the divine will emerging. This is the next step in the journey to ascension, operating fully from a place of love. Trust each and every step you are guided to take, even if you do not understand it in this moment. There may be times that you feel overwhelmed with all you've been given. You are in full flow with intuitive guidance, creative ideas, tasks, and undertakings. You may experience a mix of emotional and physical occurrences, but know that this is a natural part of the process. All right, so for me, the current, you look at your own life. So currently, I literally just signed the divorce papers and settled a divorce that was 3 years it took to reach an agreement last week. So that was obviously a big thing of letting go, transformation, and ending. Someone did a hit and run on my car, my parked car. And I'm like, okay. I remember in that moment, I thought about getting upset and angry and being woe is me. And then I thought, I'm just going to trust that everything has its purpose, that this is obviously placing me in some situation that I need to be in, or it's just everything. Nothing is either good or bad. Thinking makes it so. So it's sort of that whole thing of just letting go, allowing, not trying to control the outcome, allowing chaos when there's chaos, allowing stillness when there's stillness. It is just a total cycle of, death and rebirth, and going with the flow of it and learning to, like I said, let go, move on. Don't hold on to, pessimism and disappointment. Remain in that state, of love and allowance, and trusting that everything's going to be all right. And seeing what you can learn from it all. So, like I said, I normally sit there and go real deep and I write all my feelings and thoughts about it. But for me, that is these are the cards that I got for what I need to let go. So that's pretty much what I do. Sometimes, like I said, I might have a actual situation I want to ask cards on. Like I said, a lot of that time that tends to be relationship. I seek a lot of guidance in terms of relationship, like what's our current issue and how can we resolve it and all that. What's there? How do they feel? How do I feel? Tends to be that, or a lot of things to do with health. So why? What is the cause of my current health issue, and how can I heal it, and what do I need to do? To learn from it, grow, etc., etc. So yeah, health and relationships are big ones. Or if I've got some big decision that I want to make, say if I was going to move house, I would pull cards on what would happen if I moved here, and what would happen if I stayed, and what would be the challenges or the benefits of both. So I do those separately. So that will be just randomly. If I just have something, I'm like, I need some advice, I'll go grab a deck. Might be my home deck, or it could just be another deck that I feel called to. But yeah, that's how I do my daily tarot. So I hope you have a magnificent morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, stay wild, star child.